Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day 799. It's nice to have you here. Tonight's going to be a very special update because we have a live report coming in tonight from Ukraine. Going to be awesome. Nothing that we do not typically do. We have Zhenya or others with us, but tonight, really special. It's going to be an outside live report. I'll keep my eye over my shoulder here, and I will see when our roving reporter will be popping in. But I want to thank you for being here. Tonight is going to be a focus on the critical front lines. I'm also going to give you the most updated report on a few troubled areas, to be quite honest. Yes, it is good. Ukraine is receiving supply. All of those things are happening, and we need soldiers. I'm just going to leave it at that. We need soldiers. We need soldiers. We need soldiers. It's a fact. It's truth I'm sharing with you. Tonight, the patch of the night, we're going to go with this right here, which is Ukraine. I use that one quite a bit over there. Why this one? Because what you're getting ready to see is the coolest thing ever, I promise you, and something that you guys raised money for. You're going to see it. So before we get going, thank you to the moderators for doing a phenomenal job as always. Thank you, Dunk on You, for the 20. Michael Jordan's in the house, and for the 10 gifted memberships there. All of that's good to go. And let's see. They're already throwing some chats in here for me to grab. Pootler is a saber rattler. I don't think he'll use nukes. Postmortem. We will see. I think he is a narcissistic madman who, if pushed the wrong way, would definitely use a tactical. Definitely. Will it happen? I hope not, but I don't know. Donald Gentilini, as always, with your kind comment. Ukraine, you've shown us Americans what true honor and patriotism is. We need leadership like your president. Agreed. And there's the super chat from Dunk on You 23. Have a great stream, Greg. Slava Ukraini. So, guys, welcome to you tonight. Going to be very, very special. I'm trying to watch everything over here, and away we go. While I'm waiting for Zhenya, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, I'm going to announce it now, and then I'm going to announce it at the end. I knew I wanted to announce it a second time. I just forgot when. So I've been dealing with a very bad headache today. I'm probably going to push through this update in a half hour or so is my intention, and really just focus on the front lines with you for this update and get you prepared for tomorrow. Tomorrow I have 3 streams. Well, one record and 2 streams. Tomorrow I will be doing a video with Africa. Doesn't affect you guys. But secondly, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. California, 2 o'clock Eastern, 9 p.m. Ukraine, and wherever you're at in the world, Jake Bro will be with me live for us to have a chat, but also viewer Q&A. So for those of you that are here right now, I will say this again at the end when our crowd is larger, but listen, I put a community post up. And if you have a question that you would like to ask Jake Bro, please go to my community tab. You will see his face there. Put your question in the comments. I will check it tomorrow, midday, while we're setting up the live. That will be at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you don't want to do that, you can go to my website, click contact, and I will check for that as well, the best I can. Probably will receive a lot of questions from you guys. We'll get to as many as we can. So that's how you do it. And I'll remind everybody at the end. So, cats, love these communities. Thank you for how beautiful people love these communities. Yeah, this is awesome, to be quite honest. All right, guys, so here we go. And yeah, I saw that about allergies. No, my headache today is related to my eyes. So I had some eye appointments this week, making some modifications on some of my treatments. And when I have those appointments, usually a day or two after, it's pretty bad. And today was that day. So everything is good. Here we go. Wow. Oh, all right. Breaking news live from Ukraine. Here we go.
Oh, hello from Ukraine.
Hello, roving reporter.
Hello.
Okay,
It's
so
my son.
this
It's a car
is
time.
okay. So I'll let you. This is Jania's son, and that's his name is Mark. All right, take it away, roving reporter.
Okay. Марк, давай. Okay. So, опускай так, щоб will not. Here is so you remember that we were like raising money for the ground drone or evacuating heavy evacuating drone or machine, and so it's here. It's already now in Khmelnytsky. We got it. It's loaded, and I'm gonna show it to you. And let's do it like this, Mark. Опусти ниже. Вот так. Давай вот так вот. We'll present it here. Maybe.
Oh boy.
Да, подсвечи тоже. Подсвечи. It has everything needed in here. So it's already set it with the Radio Master controller. I don't know, could you see it or not? It's here.
Okay. I'm leaving you on the big screen. So that's the remote control.
Yes. Then
Okay.
the screen, then special antennas, all needed stuff.
The carrying bags
Then
for all the controllers.
it's it's like a stretchers.
Okay.
And the weight of it is 200 kilograms.
It weighs 200 kilograms.
Which is in pounds, I don't know. And
yeah.
This is the big van.
Under
And
almost
by
500.
the way,
yeah.
Here's the charging, the charger. I mean, so everything is ready. I mean, everything is ready to use. It's when we will deliver it, and it will be in a couple days. It's ready to use. It will go to work. And these guys, at first, I want to say thank you to all the people who are donating for this, supporting us, encouraging us. We made it. We did pay 260,000 hryvnia for this piece, and 60,000 hryvnia. And
we paid about 6,500 USD, 7,000.
And I would say it's the best from this area available in Ukraine for these purposes. And we will demonstrate it, everything here, like antennas, cameras, everything, transmitters, and it's there. So, and I want to thank all the people who were supporting us in this. And the second, it's just one more time, I want to thank at first Bethel Life Church and all the community who were from the beginning on this channel, because this van here, it's faithfully serving. Oh, sorry, like this.
We see it. Our community purchased that too.
Yes, and it's serving many purposes. So thank you very much. One more time. Cannot do it because it looks a little bit weird in curfew time in the night.
Yeah. Well, turn your light
so
off.
One more time.
No, turn your light off.
Yeah.
And so it's back to me and you now. So the bottom line is that is the Human Hero Rescue Tank Machine, remote controlled. The range on a direct line is up to 50 kilometers. Soldiers can use it to extract wounded, to remove the dead. It also has attachments that can be used to mount weapons. Multi-purpose.
About 500 kilograms.
500 kilos it will carry. It will sling mines. It's multi-purpose machine.
And it was already this kind of machine, the same model, its latest version we bought. Already it was the moment when at once it could evacuate 3 persons at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really severely wounded, and it has 2 batteries in it. So in case of trouble, it's a lot of good things in it. So I will not open everything,
It
but
also
a lot of good.
It has a hook as well that can grab and drag.
Yes, and
I'm sorry to say it clearly, but if you have a lost soldier, it can just grab him.
You see, it's like it's maybe you will see it in the daytime. Now it's the time because
I'm going to drive it when I get there.
Yeah, and we are on a secured parking place. We never, we do care about security, and we got 20 minutes. We asked for this, and the security said, "Okay, it's allowed."
Perfect.
And so now
let me do this. Let's be respectful of that. Here's Fish in the house tonight, saying hello to everybody. You want to greet Fish?
Hello, Fish.
In Ukrainian?
Hello, братишка. Радий тебе бачити буду.
Видишь, Fish, видишь. Перемога, дорогой. So, Zheja, that's it. Don't get in trouble. Thank you, guys. Mark, thank you. Zheka, thank you. For all of you in the community, you see, we do what we say we're going to do. The next phase you will see is delivery. It will go to one of our units that we support, and you will see it in action. Promise you. So brand new, guys. And this is like prototype stuff. It took a while. We were able to get one of the very first ones. But look at that remote control. So incredible, incredible, incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Zheka, let's be respectful to the security because we may need to do it again. Spokojной ночью. Mark.
Hey.
Увидимся, мальчик. Хорошие волосы. Лучше. So okay. I'm telling him his hair is better because prior to this, he had this long hair like teenagers like. And I told Mark, I said, Mark, if you're working with us, you've got to cut that hair, dude. You look like a giraffe. So that's enough. So all fixed. Okay. All right. Spokojной ночью.
Okay.
Thanks, brother.
Bye. And one more time, thank you. You're heroes, guys, for staying faithfully. And we keep going and fighting for the freedom. Bye.
Bye. There you have it, guys. That is, hey, all I can say is I'm watching your chat. Greg, who uses that device? Units. Who you think uses it? Units. So we have certain units we support very heavily. One we've adopted, 3rd Assault 2nd Rifle Battalion. So it goes right to the 0, guys, right to the 0. Now, incredible. Just incredible. Thank you. Thank you. Blonde Bombshell are so typically brilliant. Ukrainian cleverness is second to none. I am recording this, so I will put that up as a short video to show the world and not be caught in the beginning of this long live stream or longer live stream. Please share it when you see that posted. Richard Demi, thank you for the €20 there for stuff. So awesome. At Lou, welcome to the Hope Train. I see Paul posting there. General consensus, Ukrainians are so talented at adapting new technology and creating new capabilities with old technologies and equipment. It's born of necessity, of course. Absolutely. Blonde Bombsheller, love from your Cape May kids, hugs from your girls, Leanne and Gracie, and a high five from Alex. Greg James is working on a program that you're going to want to know about. Yeah, he's been emailing me about that. That is awesome. Yeah, the other thing is it's multi-purpose. We're very quiet on the multi-purpose. Let me just say it this way. I was writing one of those, and it was just like, you remember, you can go back a couple of months ago, I was writing one of those on the video. And that was the company we were working with for a prototype. It's an incredible machine. Let me just say that. It will do at least a dozen very unique and powerful things. Most importantly, of course, saving lives. So there you go. Thank you, guys. Now, I want to get to the update really quickly. I have a few comments to share with you, and I'll look at the front line tonight. And then I'm going to go take some Excedrin and get ready for tomorrow. Guys, tomorrow's going to be awesome. Make sure you're here. It's going to be fantastic. But before we go on to that, just stick with us, guys. I think you see it. I can tell you, it's our honor to do what we say we're going to do. And there it is. You have to be patient in a war zone, in a wartime. This is real war. This is not a conflict. It takes time to do everything, but we promise you will see it just like that. Darpat, how do I become a member? The mods will tell you there in the chat. You click join on my homepage. Harvey Brown says, come on, 100 likes, you miserable buggers. Give Terry a thumbs up. I appreciate that so much. Lubricant, thank you for that super chat. I do not understand why no one is talking about the radio silence of what munitions will come with the summer's F-16. Munitions will make or break the impact of that weapons platform. I agree completely, JDO. There's a lot of silence on that. In fact, guys, the second, and I'm not talking about it tonight because I'm not prepared. I want to make sure, maybe with Jake Bro tomorrow, we will discuss it. But the second, the assistant chief director of the GUR security services was talking some crazy talk just this evening, Ukrainian news. So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a challenging spring and summer. Let's do that and see what happens. Now, right now, you guys know what is happening in Georgia. We're not going to talk about Georgia, but I just want you to be aware that what is happening in Georgia is completely manipulated by the Kremlin, period. And the purposes of Vladimir Putin for destabilization of this region continues. Not only that, the destabilization of the growing relationship between Georgia and the European Union is being broken due to this. Exactly the plan. In fact, in the European Parliament, they are calling to deprive Georgia of the status of a candidate for accession to the EU. Such an initiative appeared after the use of violence by security forces in Tbilisi, which is the capital city, at a rally against the law on foreign agents. According to the parliamentarian, Georgia received the status in advance because the EU took this step in order to prevent Tbilisi from turning towards Russia. But now everything is turning the other way. So this is exactly Vladimir Putin's plan. And folks, this is the destabilization that happens. I remind you, all the way back, even the late 90s in protests that were happening in Ukraine. And then you moved into the early 2000s and you come up to 08 with the Orange Revolution, 013, 14 with Maidan, Crimea, Donbass, 2024, we're in all-out war and the world is destabilized. This is how the Soviet mindset works. Just keep your eyes on this and we'll watch. Additionally, Turkey today, or maybe it was yesterday, but today says, no, we will transfer 0 S-400s to Ukraine. We need them ourselves. No bueno. And I want to give you this before we jump into the front lines, just so you know. Currently, and this is according to the GRU, but this is fairly accurate, I believe, because I read some other guys' stuff as well. But so we'll go with these numbers. The Russian Federation, I will say it this way. Let me change it to this. The Russian Federation has at least 40 Zircons, 400 Onyxes, 270 caliber missiles, a caliber class, and 45 of the new X or H-69s. Their production rate is what we need to pay attention to. 10 Zircons a month, 10 Onyxes a month, 40 calibers, and 3 hypersonic X-69s. I remind you that Russia is on a war economy. They are partnering with North Korea, China, and Iran, possibly others. Ukraine partnering with the United States, stepping up and supplying again. Great Britain, other all of the European nations, most of the European nations, better to say it that way. And we really have the beginnings of a huge arms race happening right now. But the Russian economy is on the war footing and the war stance already. And Great Britain is looking to move that direction. I do not know what the United States is going to do, but we shall see. We're definitely not on a war footing economy, but time will tell. But Russia is. And these are very, very terrible, terrible weapons that they use. And even with the new air defense coming, it's still an extremely heavy challenge for Ukraine to defend their skies. Add the F-16s, it's still going to be a heavy challenge to defend the skies. And one of the reasons why is right, where did it go? Right here. Right now, 50% of electrical production power is destroyed inside Ukraine. This is not my statement. This is not some talking head. This is not some YouTuber. This is not some website. The gentleman you are looking at right there is the foreign minister of Ukraine. His name is Dmitry Kuleba. And he said it today. We have the capability of a 50% production for energy right now. I can tell you right now that Kharkiv moved to a scheduled rotation of blackouts that will go on for the foreseeable future. They absolutely in that region do not have enough power, and it is happening also throughout Ukraine. Even as far west like our home city of Khmelnytsky, they have to deal with rotating power outages. Think about that for a moment. While you're trying to run factories, you're trying to manufacture, maybe you're home working on small pieces and you need electricity and it's off for 4 hours. It affects Ukraine in a massive way. And that is why the other nations need to come to their aid and assist. Right here, this is an article released today by Foreign Affairs. And this, for those of you that are in here from the UK, you're going to know this guy's name is Jack. I do not want to pronounce his name wrong, but Watling. He's a pretty serious guy here. I do not know your guys' opinions on him, but I can tell you his resume is solid. This is him right here, Jack Watling, doctor. He's a senior research fellow, land warfare, military sciences for RUSI and others. Jack Watling, senior research fellow for land warfare at the Royal United Services Institute. And I'm sure the UK guys will say something. Jack works closely with British military in development of concepts of operation assessment, future operation environment, and conducts operational analysis of contemporary conflicts. PhD examined Britain's policy response to civil war in the early 20th century. Extensive work on Ukraine, Iraq, Yemen, Mali, Rwanda, and further afield. Jack is a global fellow at the Wilson Center in D.C., and here he is at the D.C. Do y'all see that right there? Schedule an interview. So do you know what old Greg's going to do tonight after I get rid of this headache? I'm going to click that button, and I'm going to, I don't use that as my mail program. I'm going to email him and invite him on the program. Why not? Why not? Jamie Snow, it's time for us to support the backlines. It's beyond time. That's one of the things that the assistant deputy of the security services of Ukraine was talking about today. It's a problem. I don't know how else to say it. It's a problem. So anyway, that's Jack Watling, and what he said was American aid alone will not save Ukraine. To survive, Kyiv must build new brigades and force Moscow to negotiate. Now, I want to pause right there for one moment. I'm not going to talk tonight about, maybe tomorrow with Jake at 2 o'clock Eastern. This is the exact same thing the assistant for the security services said today. We need troops and we need to prepare to negotiate. What does that mean? Because I don't know. Does that mean that we're going to give away territory to end this, and there's going to be some Cold War that jumps up even stronger? Something's in the works. That's all I'm going to say. Something is in the works. I know that the Ukrainian soldiers I work with and talk with and deal with every day said they will never give up, never. But they're not Kyiv. They're on the front line. So there's some things going on. It's interesting what's going on. We shall see. I will take this, and I think I named it. The title of the program tonight was Critical Update, and I'm just going to give it to you straight, guys. So we're going to get to that Frontline update. There's Kaleba we talked about. Now, these are notes, the literal notes coming in from Alexander Kovalenko. This is one of the most proper, accurate, fair, balanced, pro-Ukrainian. This is a Ukrainian guy. Like, for Ukrainians, okay, Zhenya told me, for Ukrainians, this is the best guy to listen to. It's right here. Alexander, I'll show you. Right here. I translate it for you to, it's this guy, Kovalenko. This is one of the best guys to listen to. I'm going to give you his notes, and then I'm going to show you the map. Current operational situation. This came out yesterday, and this is why this is a critical report. The situation near Ocherny is extremely difficult. I will show you that on the map. Yes, we are losing territory, but more importantly is the direction that they are moving towards the Konstantinivka-Pavlograd highway. The route we constantly drive to Slavyansk, Kramatorsk, etc. We, as in me. By cutting off this road, all the logistics of Donbass will be in a massive deficit. In fact, this will allow the enemy movement along a direct, high-quality route towards the Dnipro, which is only 170 kilometers away. Now, I want to go here and show you. He's talking about Ocherny. Let's do it this way. I want to show you tonight Ocherny, and I want to show you Chasiv Yar. We're going to start with Ocherny. And I'm going to explain this to you guys using Johnny's map tonight. Right here. I'll go blue. This is Ocherny. And it's, of course, now way beyond taken. They're actually pushing up into Novo Alexandrivka. And then you have Vozvuzhinka. And then you have the main highway. Guys, this line here is the road he's referring to. This is the road that we drive nonstop. This is the road. I'm not giving you inside information. This is the road everybody uses. The military uses it. Journalists, well, there's no journalists. People like us, volunteers rather, use it. You say, okay, well, show me that a little differently. Okay, I'm going to show it to you now on this map. Deep state here. So the first thing I want you to understand, and we need to focus on this right here tonight. It's more important than anything I'm going to tell you. And remember, it's coming from Not us, but it's coming from Kovalenko there. But it's spot on. First of all, from where Russia is holding, right there, to the road, how far is it? 9.88 kilometers, 10 kilometers. So for those of you that in the U.S. go, we don't use kilometers. 6 miles. 6 miles. Now, this highway here, I'm going to explain it to you and I can show it to you. I've driven this road hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. This is the best way to do it right here. I'm going to go to black. Okay. I'm going to go all the way back here. This is the road coming from Kharkiv down to Slavyansk. It goes into Bakhmut. Right there. This, I'll make it a different color now. Blue. This is the loop road. Slavyansk, Kramatorsk, Druzhkivka, Konstantinivka. Then we'll go orange. This is Chasiv Yar, right here. Konstantinivka. You come down. You go to Pokrovsk. You go straight out. Beautiful road to Pavlograd. And from Pavlograd, you're right on the door of Dnipro, the huge city. The problem is, guys, supply routes. This, I'll change the color again. Right here is a fundamental top 3, top 2, if not top 1 supply road for the Eastern Front. You may say, well, coming out of Kharkiv, they can just come down. It's different because there's no proper supply lines where they can get goods as quickly and as efficiently and as effectively. It's horrible coming down from that side. This is the easy way. And this is where they can come and they support this Avdiivka front and they support this loop here. The loop road, we call it. You guys know it if you're here with me. This has happened because, let me go back to Johnny's map. This has happened, writing. This has happened because of lack of supply. And now you can see with what Russia is holding here, what is left of the interchange. And guys, I've rode on that interchange. You know what Zhenya and I do when we come down the road here? We look down this road and we go, you know what? Just right down there, it's horrible. You come down, look at this. This is a small little village and typical Ukrainian villages. 3 streets and houses. This will be an agricultural complex where they bring in the grains. That's it. And a lake. They're all the same, guys. Up the road, fields. You come into the next village, which is tiny. Probably a chicken farm there. That's it. Few houses. Supporting lake. From that, you come right to the main highway. This is why this gentleman was making these comments. This highway is vitally important and we must focus on it. We must pay attention to it. Now, the second thing he said right here, current operational situation, 210 kilometers of territory has been currently lost since the fall of Avdiivka until today. And he left these 3 statements. We need people. We need a refill. You may say, well, isn't the refill coming? Folks, it's not just a refill of arms. It's a refill of hope, morale, excitement, arms, energy, soldiers, rest, emotion, you name it. Many of these guys, in fact, one of the guys that I show you quite often, call sign Texas, he hasn't been off the front line 18 months. 18 months, no break. These Ukrainians are heroes. And these Ukrainian soldiers, both male and female, are unbelievable in their ability to cope and to do what they are doing. But folks, they are not robots. They are not machines. They are not transformers. They cannot plug their bodies into a battery every night. We need people. We need a refill. He says, because now we are objectively in an extremely difficult situation. Now, I will tell you this, and I'm sure Zhenya's probably still watching. And then I'll look at the chat. Zhenya told me today, and I will not call real names, okay? But I will call names. Zhenya goes, when we were talking earlier and setting up the live roving reporter piece, he says, man, I need to tell you something. I said, what do you need to tell me, bud? He said, and these are not the real names. Okay, so in fact, I'm going to use just common American names, but just replace them with Ukrainian names, okay? And these are people I know. They're in our circle. In fact, they're on our team that helps deliver this aid to the front, that does all this stuff for us and loads the truck. While I'm streaming, they're loading the truck, and then we leave. All these things. We have a huge team. And Zhenya said, man, Ralph is being conscripted. Evan being drafted. Vince reports next week. Freddie, 2 weeks from now. Jimmy, 3 weeks from now. Basically, everybody in our circle, Greg, being mobilized. All of them. It's tough, guys. It's tough. But I will tell you this. You saw Fish in here a little while ago saying, hello, everybody. These guys are there. They're fighting hard. You saw our delivery to us of the Human Hero Rescue Machine. If you jumped into the stream late today, I encourage you to go back to the beginning, like about 5 minutes in, and you will see Zhenya, roving reporter, showing something that our group has purchased together, our communities, that will be delivered to the front. Incredible piece of equipment. And I will put a short video up about that as well. But guys, right now, you may ask wherever you're sitting, okay, what can I do? I'm going to tell you what you can do. Don't give up. Work harder. Keep contacting your representatives or your MPs or your deputies or whatever they're called in your nation, wherever they're at. You say, okay, what else can I do? Donate. And you guys are doing that. And you're so generous and so good. You'll continue to do that. And when we show you that we drop what you purchase, it even makes people want to donate more because they know their help, their love, their care, their dollars, their euros, their quid is getting to the front, not going down some executive Red Cross pocket. So we're thankful for that. So what can you do? Here's what you can do. Keep supporting Ukraine by supporting the pro-Ukrainian YouTube community. Don't stop. Number 2, don't give up. 3, keep contacting your elected officials. Number 4, when you're in the chat, like you guys always do, and I'm telling you right now, whether it's my streams or anybody else's, and for me, you know, a lot of Ukrainian soldiers watch my stream tomorrow. That's when they watch it. They're asleep right now. They watch it tomorrow. And many of them cannot understand English very well. But they love to watch the chat. And they see you guys with the hearts and the emoticons and the Ukrainian flags. And when they see it, I'm telling you, firsthand witness, it encourages them. They love it. So in that way, you are delivering some encouragement through these platforms. And finally, you stay encouraged. Do not grow weary in well doing, because if we don't give up, we will reap a harvest and achieve a goal. It's amazing what has already happened. And I'm here to tell you tonight that the best is yet to come. Now, let me check the chat here. And then, guys, I'm going to go take some Excedrin, and I will remind you, you guys hang on a couple more minutes, remind you what's coming tomorrow. Thanks to the mods tonight. Niels, thank you for the 10 coffees. Why didn't that? Oh, that didn't ding because of that. Heck on it. Sorry. Let me catch up. Ukraine must move their manufacturing into Romania and to Poland, the poorest Eastern European countries. It's a great comment, Kev. I'm not sure Poland and Romania would accept it, to be completely honest. Great idea, Greg. I'd like to hear what he has to say. That's back in reference to Dr. Jake Watling. I will contact him. I would agree with this general consensus right here. There is some pressure on Ukraine now to give up some territory, or correct, nobody be talking about it. I completely agree. That's why tonight I'm just going, this is a little interesting right now. And then when I see this analysis come out, and guys, if they cut the Pokrovsk road, it's a major problem. In fact, I got to go back one last time. I'm really trying to end because I have a headache, but I'm telling you, you've heard it here. It's not negative Nancy. It's truth. Okay? It's truth. Right there. Right there. They can't get it. They cannot get that. Because at that point, it's negotiation time. I'm sorry. And there's some reason a lot of this talk is happening. I'm just telling you that. Borg fella, Russian troops, breaking news, are now occupying a U.S. military base in Niger. I'll check it, but not surprising. Pushing a double omelet. Listen, we know that there is, in fact, we know there's at least a 2-wave attack coming. And this is not what's happening now, just so you guys know. This is not what's happening in Chasiv Yar right now. This is not the push. This is just their offensive on Chasiv Yar and what's happening out in Ocherny towards Pokrovsk Highway. This is not the push. The push is being prepared for right now, and after May 9th is when we're expecting it, towards the end of May, early June. And right now, there is a lot of talk of that Sumy direction and continual shelling on Kharkiv and rockets on Kharkiv. We'll see. But this right here is key. Just remember, guys, if you've never been to Ukraine, just remember Pokrovsk. Pokrovsk. It's the town. Pokrovsk. It's very important we hold that road. Pokrovsk. I'll keep talking about it so you guys will learn that one. Now, the last place, and then I'll get to the last comments here. We need to look at. Let me close that. Let me do this. Desktop here. I want to come up. Interesting today, Toretsk started to be talked about. This is the place I've been talking about. Toretsk now in between this push on Ocherny and Chasiv Yar, you have Toretsk right here, which is the biggest city, about a size of about 35,000. It's going to be inside that zone again. And we'll see. Now, Chasiv Yar, Russia's pushing. And so just so you guys know, there is a forest here, and they've been battling over this forest. So right here's a little canal, and Ukraine is holding this right here on this side. And Ukraine is holding Chasiv Yar here. But Russia is advancing and trying to come into this way and then push into that way and then come this way. With all that said, that's Chasiv Yar. With all that said, the city of Chasiv Yar pre-war, 12,000 people. 12,000 people. I'll go back to the desktop here. I'll clear all that mess off. Chasiv Yar, basically this. 12,000 people. Right now, 632 is the last counted number of civilians left in Chasiv Yar. In fact, I have a video here, updated drone footage of Chasiv Yar. Take a peek at this. There is no audio. Every home destroyed. It has nothing to do with hopium or anything. It just has to do with reality, guys. The reality is it's a challenge. And tonight we needed to focus on the Pokrovsk push there from Ocherny. We needed to show you the tank, and we needed to talk about Chasiv Yar. So that's where we're at. Let me check the last comments, and then I'll remind you about tomorrow. Macron said he'll send French troops. There's a breakthrough. When is the Kerch Bridge coming down? I have no idea. They have weapons now that can strike it, that's for sure. Why haven't they built defensive lines? Two reasons, and I can answer this fairly authoritatively from being there. Number one, it was not in the proper war planning for the first 2 years. This was one of the problems with the Zaluzhny crew. Zaluzhny, a good man, but they made mistakes with their defensive preparations. Now it's too late. They're working on them like crazy, but they're having to use private contractors, and they don't have enough people. It comes down to people. We need people. We need a refill. That's what it comes down to. Why is mobilization going so slowly? Because just think about this question I'll ask you. Would you want to go fight and you didn't have any weapons or a tourniquet or body armor? It's being fixed. We do our part. The question comes down to timing. Unfortunately, we've lost a lot of really, really high-level soldiers. They're training more, but you never get back that skill set and that skill level. We will never give up. I see all of you. Who are these guys? Your buddies? These are friends of mine. We've worked together for 25 years when I start calling all those names. I'm just checking the last comments. Yeah, listen, Pete Brady, good comment. If Ukraine negotiates, doesn't mean Russia will stick with it. 100%. And that's why we're not talking it's going to happen. I'm just saying there's something going on right now. That's all that's to it. Yeah, right there, armored. Rabat Robbie a hamster. I'm not even going to try it. 632 and they get hammered by glide bombs. Correct. Nonstop. They're going to level it to the ground. It's already leveled, guys. I just showed you Chasiv Yar, Associated Press, drone footage. It's gone. There's no Chasiv Yar. Yes, Ukraine's still holding on to it. What are you holding on to? It's Bakhmut all over again. It's Avdiivka all over again. It's Severodonetsk all over again. It's Lysychansk all over again. This is what Russia does, and that is why the only way they can lose is to be defeated militarily. You cannot negotiate with a terrorist, okay? And you cannot negotiate in good faith that they will not come back, or we're in a critical update, critical phase, critical situation. So that's where we're at. Ingrid S, $200 super chat. Thank you. And it will go straight to the guys. Ukraine must not give up territories. Agreed. Cypher, I think the U.S. should step in. Then again, I thought that from the beginning. This would have been over in 1 year. I'll be honest with you, Cypher. My opinion as I close out, if the United States had stepped in, there wouldn't have been a war. I firmly believe that. You see, the big bully blows his horn and talks big until he's popped in the lip. Right now, Ukraine is trying to pop the bully in the lip with their strikes into Russia. Moscow, this building's on fire. We took out this air defense in Crimea. Ukraine doing an amazing job. But the reality is, the terrorist regime in the Kremlin realize that the war of attrition is in their favor. They have more people, they have more arms, and they have no value of human life. All they have to do is just keep going. Keep going, keep going. And we shall see if the United States and even a coalition of some NATO nations would have just stepped in immediately, moved in some troops, call it peacekeeping, and said, don't even think about it. I personally believe Putin would have took his tanks and went home, and then we could have worked on a different solution to this. But because that did not happen, hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian civilians have been killed. You say, hundreds of thousands? That's not what the radio says. Yeah, you're listening to Russian propaganda. Hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians have been killed. That's where we're at. All right. Thank you, everybody. Let me get to this, and then I'll show you one last thing. You guys are awesome tonight. Thank you. Great group in here. 436 watching right now. Let's make sure we hit that like on the way out and even drop a comment there. We got all that fixed. Let me go here. Richard Demi, Lubricant. Welcome to crew member. LWD Farm. Thank you for the gifted membership. Appreciate that. LWD Farm. Lubricant, great to be here. Sorry it's not more. Thank you for that $9.99. FM, $10. Thank you, Greg, for all your hard work. SL, trust Greg and the UAF, Slava Ukraina. SL, I deeply appreciate that. We do our best. iBag gifted a membership. iBag gifted 5 more memberships. Darpat, welcome to crew member. And Ingrid S, thank you again. Now, last thing, guys, right here. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. One of the most highly intelligent and military background. I consider Jake Bro like an analyst personally. Okay. He doesn't speak the language or anything like, I speak Russian, but he does a lot of work with Russian translation and using other sources. He's awesome. I trust his analysis. So tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, live Q&A with Jake Bro. if you would like to ask Jake a question, please go to my community tab. You will see Jake's picture there. Just drop a comment and ask your question. Also, you can go to my website, click contact, and say, question for Jake. And I will gather them, and we will go through as many of them as we can tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Now, that is in addition to my 5 p.m. Eastern. So at 2, like 12, actually, I'm doing Africa. At 2, Jake Bro, your Q&A. And at 5, guys, Flag Friday. It will be time to...
Slava Ukraini.
Yeah. It'll be time for you to have the possibility to win a battle flag. No purchase necessary, no raffle. No tickets, none of that. All you have to do is be on the live stream and be present to win. I'm going to be streaming on my channel and Professor Gertis's channel simultaneously. And our media coordinator here created an entirely new system for me, for you. All you will do tomorrow is go to a link in the description, click it, put your name in, done. It goes right into my spreadsheet. I will then put it on the wheel, spin the wheel, and mail the flag to the winner. So a lot of good things coming up tomorrow. Be well rested. I'm going to get this head doing better. Thank you guys so much for all that you've done. And we appreciate you all deeply. Have a great night. Here's Zhenya. We'll close with his comment. Thank you for your support, and like, subscribe, and share. And your comments are important as well. Thanks to the whole world of real supporters. And Zhenya, I will tell you this, brother. Tomorrow in the morning, please go out, record me 30 seconds or 60 seconds of video in the daylight, and I'll show it tomorrow when I'm on with Jake Bro. You guys be blessed. Have an awesome night. See you tomorrow.
Slava Ukraini.